Welcome back to Inside Hollywood. Today, we will discuss the red flags Gisele Bundchen ignored about Tom Brady. Tom Brady, a seven-time NFL champion, and his supermodel wife, Gisele Bundchen, have split. After Gisele Bundchen reached the age limit for Leonardo DiCaprio, their romance ended in 2005. Tom started dating Bridget Moynihan in 2004, and the two have been together. Gisele said, Tom Brady, when the Boston Herald asked her about her crushes in a December 2006 interview. Tom and Bridget split up in December 2006, the same month Gisele declared Tom her celebrity infatuation. Gisele and Tom went on a blind date a few weeks later. She claimed it was virtually love on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon at first sight. Everything went exceptionally well after Gisele was sighted at his football games until Bridget learned she was pregnant 2 months later and that Tom was the father. Bridget became pregnant before Tom and she split up. But still, Tom told Howard Stern that both women were trapped in an undesirable scenario. Gisele admitted to struggling with whether to stay or leave CBS. Ultimately, she decided that Tom was her guy and that she would stand with him. Tom and Bridget also tried their best to maintain goodwill. Tom attended the birth of their son John in August 2007, according to Bridget, who informed Page 6 about it. The infant immediately captured Gisele's heart and she and Bridget grew close. Gisele, 28, and Tom, 31, wed in February 2009. Bridget married Andrew Frankel, an investment banker, in 2015. Gisele told people that she and Tom resolved to put their jobs first and postpone starting a family for 10 years. Gisele strongly desired to become a mother after spending so much time with Tom's son. Gisele became pregnant shortly after they were married, and they had their son Benjamin in December 2009. In other words, Tom and Gisele were married and had a child in the same year. They skipped right over the newlywed stage and into parenthood. Does this work for some couples, but did Tom and Gisele succeed? Tom dedicated all this focus to training, preparing, traveling, and playing with the New England Patriots, while his daughter Vivian was born in December 2012. Being a hands-on mom required a lot of Gisele's attention. Tom expressed his gratitude to Gisele for giving up so many of her aspirations for his family on Good Morning America. According to a source, Brady was constantly playing football and did not have time for his family. Even during the off-season, Tom and Gisele's lives were concentrated upon his football profession. What was life like for Tom and Gisele at home? Gisele put the entire family on a terrible diet to correspond with Tom's workouts. Their chef told US Weekly that they don't eat any sugar, white flour, or MSG, and that 80% of their meals contain veggies. Tom abstains from eating tomatoes, peppers, mushrooms, and eggplants because they are not anti-inflammatory, and their chef only uses raw olive oil or coconut oil while preparing meals. Additionally, they avoid dairy, coffee, fungus, and anything else that contains caffeine. When Tom wasn't preoccupied with football, he demanded Gisele's complete focus. According to Tom, Gisele was strict, and when he was present, he let the kids breach many of the rules, whether it was giving them more time to use their electronics, staying up later, or letting them miss their morning duties. He also revealed that while he was at home, he was more tolerant and didn't force their children to stick to Gisele's abnormal diet. Gisele Bundchen, was she happy in their union? Before an interview, Tom acknowledged that Gisele pleaded with him 3 times to give up football. Gisele felt Tom wasn't doing enough for their family and was frustrated by his lack of a work-life balance. She also wanted to concentrate on her own goals, but she could not do so because Tom was preoccupied with other tasks, leaving her in charge of managing their home alone. After 20 years in the fashion world, she left the catwalk in 2015 to devote her time to her family, other businesses, and humanitarian endeavors. Tom's retirement would have been ideal, but because he was still passionate about competing, Gisele once more had to take care of the children on her alone. Tom was aggressively implementing adjustments to improve their partnership in 2019. Don't get it twisted. Football and everything related to football was always his main interests. He ceased participating in structured team activities during the off-season to spend more time with Gisele and their children. Antonio Brown, also known as Mr. Hot Mess Express, signed a 1-year contract with the Patriots in September 2019. According to NBC Sports, Tom permitted Antonio to remain with him and his family in their Brookline, Massachusetts home. Tom moved his talents to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2020 after 20 seasons with the New England Patriots. He and his family rented a 30,000 square foot mansion from former baseball player Derek Jeter. When Antonio joined the Bucs, the squad won the Super Bowl during his rookie campaign. Tom once more permitted Antonio to stay with him until he could locate his own place. Tom doesn't comprehend that having a man who has tortured women in your home, who has repeatedly and publicly dissed and shamed the mother of his children, is unacceptable. It was obvious that Tom wasn't following Antonio's social media antics, since he was more focused on getting one of the best wide receivers in the league to play for his club so he could win another Super Bowl. Antonio raced off the field after ripping off his shoulder pads, throwing his gloves and shirt into the spectators during a game against the New York Jets. Antonio's time with the Bucs was finished, Tom told the media. Their friendship had fallen apart as well. When Tom announced in February 2022 that he was leaving the NFL after 22 seasons, Gisele's wishes came true. Eventually, would she be able to have his complete attention or not? Gisele initially seemed to be on board with Tom's decision to return to the Buccaneers for the 2022 season less than a month after he announced his retirement due to unfinished business. According to those who spoke later, she was worried about Tom's health and the numerous concussions he sustained while playing. Every time he stepped out onto the field, there was a chance it may be his last, and she wanted to spend a long and healthy life with her husband. An NFL player's career can be ended with just one hit. Tom is a future member of the Hall of Fame and has won 7 Super Bowls. Why does he refuse to retire while he is still at the top of his game when he could leave the game today and be remembered as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time? Does he detest being home with Gisele and the kids? The flaws in his marriage manifested themselves at the beginning of his 23rd NFL season. In August 2022, Tom skipped 11 days of training. After a month, Page 6 reported that Gisele and Tom had intense fights over his decision to come out of retirement. Gisele became so angry that she gave up, screamed, "Peace out," and left for Costa Rica, going with Tom to manage affairs and look after their kids. Antonio, a former friend of Tom's, has also interjected himself into this issue by making fun of Tom on social media and posting images of him and Gisele hugging after a Super Bowl victory. Antonio also posted another image of Tom and Gisele on the field, but this time Antonio added his head over Tom's. Guys, that's all for today. If you want to see similar videos, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Press the bell icon so that you can catch all upcoming videos.